Alrighty, everyone. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to Outlaw Radio, where we talk about everything: wrestling, writing, sports, and the challenges everyone faces in life. I am the Outlaw Man. I'm a pro wrestler, a self-published author, a father, and a communicator. And welcome to our little corner of things. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Shut off the music there. And where were we going? We are going right here. Hi. As I said in the intro, of course, happy Wednesday, and I'm going to stop lying to you right now. It's currently Tuesday. And I am recording this one in advance. I normally like to go live on Wednesdays and have a communication with somebody else and with my audience, but just life schedule being the way it is today, I want to get this one out and about and into the world before the rest of the week took a hold of me. So, with that said, hi, everybody. Today on Outlaw Radio, as you can see by my lovely little setup here, I've got a little bit of work to do here in my basement office. That's part of the stuff I got to do this week, and that's going to include tomorrow. I want to talk about a very important topic. With 8,000,000 people online, whether they're red pill bros or, manosphere jerks or anybody out there in the self-help guy that wants to talk about find what you want, manifest your destiny, find what you want and chase after it. I kind of want to take a minute here and talk with you all about the power of knowing what you don't want and why I personally think it's more important to know that than it is to know what you do want. But before we do that, I'm going to take a minute here and hopefully find some things that you want. Specifically, some things I'd be honored if you check out the links in the description for this episode below. Or if possible, to find the QR code that's available in a lot of my other live events and shows. Going to those links below is the best way for you to go out there and support the work that I do here, providing insights and thoughts for you all. There you'll find links to all of my merchandise, including, of course, my books that are available on Amazon right now. They're available in ebook, paperback, and hardcover versions. If you happen to enjoy, urban fantasy in a Jim Butchery, Harry Dresney style, then I think you might enjoy that as well. My guy's a little bit more Jack Reacher as well, but that's neither here nor there. Also, of course, on some of those links, if you can go to my Pro Wrestling Tees page there or the Great White North Productions page, you can find access to my exclusive wrestling t-shirts, merchandise. Anything you can do there would be wonderful and be very helpful in keeping me, able to keep on doing this type of work I'm doing for you all today. So with those plugs out of the way, let's get to the meat of this episode. I'm sure you're watching me right now and you're thinking, well, I know what I want. I do. I've had a plan since I was very young, and maybe sometimes it's changed, maybe sometimes it's not. But I definitely know I want all kinds of things in life. Some people want success. They want to be able to say whatever field they've chosen to go into, they want to be the best at it. They want to achieve success. And with that success, I think is going to come money. And that money is going to solve all of their problems. They'll be able to afford that car, be able to pay down their bills. They'll be able to take care of the things they have and the people in their lives. With that success, with that money, they're going to want and expect recognition. Because, of course, the more money you have and the more successful you are, the more people are going to recognize you for the job you're doing, for the type of person that you are. And in that, hopefully with that recognition is going to come respect. Because the most popular thing in the world right now is knowing that all of these people know who you are. They see how much money you've made. They can tell just how successful you are. And as a result of that, they respect you as a human being. They do this all in the pursuit of happiness. They believe that if they chase success by accruing money, that'll give them recognition. In turn, people will respect them, and that will make them happy. Well, there's one thing I've learned in my rather long life, is that the only way to really achieve happiness with yourself, which is really the only way it matters, is by finding some way to abandon all of these material ideals. And as you can see right here, I've abandoned a lot of them as I sit here with my bookshelf behind me and my washing machine just over my left shoulder in my little basement office. But you need to abandon the thought that Success leads to money, leads to recognition, leads to respect, because it doesn't lead to happiness. It really doesn't. Now, is that easy to say for a guy who's, sitting here online trying to build his platform in his community? Yeah, it is easy to say. And Lord knows, having a little bit of some of those factors would certainly help in some aspects of my life. But I know that those things and those thoughts themselves do not lead to happiness. Because if they did, I'd have been much happier a few years ago than I am right now. Now, the only way that you can learn to abandon those things and to abandon those wants and those desires and those needs is when you're able to acknowledge who you are. And when you're able to acknowledge who you are as a person, that's when you'll be able to stop chasing the things that you think that you want. And when you do that, you're going to realize how many things there are in life that you really don't want. I can't speak for everybody. This is just for me. But I can tell you what I don't want. I don't want stress. God, as recently as a year ago, I was stressed out of my mind. No wonder I'm starting to go bald and I've got nothing but gray hair left. Stressed to the gills. Getting 3 hours of sleep a day, working my ass off. Trying to be a good dad, trying to be a good partner, trying to be a good wrestler, trying to be a good coach, trying to be a good employee for my night job. It was too much. It's too much. I don't want any more sleepless nights thinking of that. I got to the point where I was sleeping 2.5, 3 hours a night or day, and it was killing me. It was absolutely killing me in every way that matters. I was still strong. I still had some energy, but I was exhausted all the time. It was killing parts of my insides I don't want to talk about here. Got the resolve now. Thank you very much. But stress and sleepless nights, they're deadly. I don't want those in my life anymore. I also don't want self-doubt. And Lord knows I've spent enough of my life doubting myself, doubting my abilities, doubting my connections to other people, doubting my intellect, my physicality, doubting my attractiveness, doubting everything that matters. I am so done with doubting myself and doubting my worth. Because if I'm doubting myself, then God knows everybody I'm meeting out there in the world is going to doubt me too. And the last thing I want to do to you, as I'm trying to, share some wisdom and some ideas, is for you to doubt me, because clearly I'm doubting myself. This is a process, not something you can just let go of, but we're working on it. The last thing I know that I don't want is to have to give my time, my energy, working for things, corporations, people that I frankly do not believe in. I'm at a point in my life where there is no paycheck that is worth my time if on some level it doesn't fulfill me. Not anymore. 30 years of my professional life, not always through wrestling, but sometimes through wrestling, but outside of wrestling, in corporate life, in the transportation industry, and more, I gave years of my life, my mind, my time, and my body to people and corporations that frankly couldn't have given a fuck if I lived or died. I'm done with that. I personally am done with that. That is something I absolutely do not want. So yes, is there anything wrong with wanting success, money, recognition, or respect? No. To this day, I am very flattered when people respect me. I certainly enjoy being recognized when I'm out in the world, whether it's for my wrestling, my writing, or just because somebody knows who I am through somebody else that they respect and they know. I love that. I love that. But I don't need it, and I don't want it. Would I like some more success and, financial stability? Absolutely. I would love to have more of that. But it's not worth it at the expense of the things that I don't want in life, that I don't want to chase after anymore. So with all of that said, what are some of the things that you don't want in life? Can you name them? Do you know what they are? If not, maybe give it a try. You might find some clarity. You might find some things that you're carrying with you, whether mentally or emotionally or physically, that you don't want or need to carry anymore. And maybe by shedding some of those things that you don't want, let's try that again. Maybe by shedding some of those things you don't want in your life anymore, you can find that path to happiness that at the end of the day, I think is all we really want. And that's all I've got for Outlaw Radio this week. It's a short one. I had a little bit of an idea I wanted to get off my mind and my chest here. I'm glad that I did. Once again, please take a moment to check out the links in the description below. If you want to help and support me in any way, shape, or form, I've got t-shirts available at prowrestlingtees.com. If you're literarily minded, I do have copies of my books. I have hard copies available if you see me in person, or if you want to go to the links on Amazon, they're available in the ebook, paperback, and hardcover editions. At the end of the month, the best goddamn heavyweight champion in all of Canada, the Outlaw Adam Knight, will be in action in a fatal four-way for Blaze Pro Wrestling's second anniversary We're Still Standing event here in Winnipeg. Go to www.blazeprowrestling.com right now. Do it right now after we're done here to get your tickets, because we will sell the F out of that event, I assure you. Get your tickets now. Check out my books, check out my merch. That'd be great. So thank you, everyone, for being here today and joining in this conversation. I will be back next week with another topic or another guest. I've got a couple of people I'm talking to arrange a talking to on here. But until then, keep your head up. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep being good to yourself so you can be good to others. Take care.